Attention, the following video is going to totally kick ass. If you enjoy any of it and or have a large penis, please click the like button below. Enjoy.
And I rep East Lansing, in and out of shows where they know we do the damn thing. Chose keep asking about the rap thing. Who's Packy? That's me, E-Boogie Bruce P.
What is going on, guys? I'm Joel or NobodyEpic, and this is Awkward Situations. If you've ever had an awkward situation happen to you in your lifetime that has been bothering you, or that's just a funny memory that you have, please write it in the comment section below. And then for the next episode of Awkward Situations, I'm gonna pick one or two of those comments and put them in the video, and it's gonna be a fun time. This is some Black Ops 2 gameplay on the new DLC Dig map. Dig Dug. I don't really know how I feel about this DLC. Oh yeah, I do. It's kind of shitty, except for Origins. The Zombies map is pretty cool, but yeah, you know, it's the 4th DLC. Blops 2 is, yeah, it's almost in grandpa status. That game was so last year. But yeah, you know, it's getting older, so whatever. But I put some gameplay up for the old Awkward Situations. Gonna be doing some old school awesome awkward situations time today, so let me know your awkward situations in the comments, and let me know if you understood anything I just said like 10 seconds ago. And yeah, let's get started. Today's first awkward situation says, I was on a date at the movies with a girl I have a huge crush on. The night was going well and I was holding her hand and it was really cool. We were near the back of the theater, so we were kind of cuddled up next to each other, and near the end of the movie she looked at me like she wanted to kiss me, so I leaned in for the kiss, but then I sneezed because I have allergies, and I didn't completely sneeze in her mouth, but it was very close to her face. She laughed it off, but we didn't ever kiss after that. What do I do? Honestly, allergies suck. I've had allergies all of my life, and a lot of my life, like before I was doing YouTube and stuff, all the jobs I had were outside, and in the fall and the winter I would be absolutely miserable, and it was probably pretty dangerous because I would be taking some like heavy allergy drugs, like a lot of Benadryls and shit, and I would be driving around, and yeah, I was basically like, it was drinking that purple drink, like I was a little wheezy, but I was actually a little sneezy. That's fucking stupid. But yeah, I hate allergies, so I'm sorry that you have those, man. And hopefully you made the girl aware that you had allergies, and she didn't think that she like smelled too perfumey or something, like you know, because that'd be kind of, I would be insulted if I was a girl, if somebody got really close to me and it made them have some convulsive body motion that they couldn't control, and I'd be like, oh shit, that was my fault. So hopefully you were like,
Just my allergies. Do you still want to kiss me?
And I would be shocked if you said it like that and she wouldn't want to kiss you again. No, I don't know. You could easily turn that into some type of joke or laugh it off type situation, and I'm sure you'll kiss her the next time around. That'll just be a funny first date story if something comes of the date. And I've been on a couple of first dates that were movie theaters, and a personal policy for me from now on is to never do that again, because it's really hard to learn something about somebody when you have to be quiet, and it's really all non-verbal communication, which is really awkward for me because, as some of you may know, I'm a large person. I'm 6'7". I've said that before. 6'8". It's a really close measurement, so sometimes if I'm really cocky, I'm like 6'8", and people are like, "Oh shit, that's more than 6'7". But anyway, so I have really large hands, obviously. So if I'm holding a girl's hand, it's like she's a small hermit crab, or her hand is a small hermit crab, and my hand is like a big fucking shell that encompasses her hand. So I feel like she feels trapped in that situation. Like she couldn't escape my hand if she was, you know, Chris Angel or some shit. But like also my hand, if I just don't encompass her whole hand and hold it at the movie theaters, then it's like there, like laying down like a dead whale. So it's like she's stroking a dead whale, and you don't want to fucking stroke a dead whale at the movie theaters. And see, that's how much I think about it. Like I really get self-conscious about just all the little nonverbal things, and that's really difficult on a first date. Also, you know, what movie are you going to see? I've been on first dates to PG movies, like Up, I think was one, and honestly, the first 10 minutes of Up made me want to cry. I don't cry at a lot of movies. Like all the movies I cry at are like animated movies, Fox and the Hound, if you have let me watch the scene nowadays from the movie Fox and the Hound, you guys could Google it. But if I watch the scene where she drops off like Todd or whatever the fucking little dog's name is, I don't even remember right now, I'll cry. Like if you told me I had to cry in the next 10 minutes, I just YouTube that and watch that video because that makes me cry every time. I watched that movie a lot when I was a kid, and it was very sad. And I hadn't cried for a while in a movie, and then I saw the first 10 minutes of Up, and I cried because, spoiler alert, he falls in love with this girl, like the girl of his dreams, and then she fucking dies. Like, I guess, people die and stuff, but it's like, well, goddamn, they didn't even get to have children or anything together. And, having children isn't everything, and they seem to have a good life together. And that's how I was rationalizing, my now girlfriend, who I went to see the movie with, was rationalizing it to me. She's like, well, they had a good life together. I was like, buddy, she fucking died. And then, like, he gets to hang out with some little fucking nerdy Boy Scout fat kid. Like, and that's supposed to be the happy ending to the movie, that like he has a fat Boy Scout to hang out with. That's shitty. I hated that movie. Honestly, that's like the worst movie ever. But see, now I'm getting all into it. But also, I went on a first date with a girl to see like Hostel, or one of those movies where they cut people's balls off and feed them to kittens, or something really fucked up like that. Because she said she likes scary movies, and that was just like horror porn. I don't know, like, what you even do after that. I didn't know if I was supposed to kiss her during the movie or, like, take an ice pick and shove it up her vagina, because that's just, like, the tone that sets in a movie theater is not great for a first date. So, I don't know. First dates in movies suck. Never do that again. And in terms of, like, kissing girls, man, that's always tough. Very awkward situation. It's best if you just, like, stare at a girl for a really long time. And then if she's like, why the fuck are you staring at me? Then don't kiss her. But if, she starts leaning closer to your face, then just go in for the kiss. My first kiss was kind of funny. I was baking with a girl. Now it sounds like my first kiss was with a guy. No, I was baking with a girl. And I think I just told her she was, like, good looking or something. And then she just, like, pushed me up against the sink and kissed me. So I didn't even do anything, really. It makes me sound like kind of a bitch. I wasn't even really active in that situation, but it was pretty awesome. I don't know why I told you guys that. All right, next awkward situation, kind of. This isn't really an awkward situation, but it was just a funny question I saw in the comments, so I wanted to bring it up because I think I've talked about it before, but I'll go a little more in depth. Since a lot of the awkward situations are about masturbating anyway, it says, nobody, how old were you the first time you masturbated? I count myself as having 2 first times that I masturbated, so that's a little weird to say. But back in the day, internet porn wasn't really big because there was dial-up internet, and internet just wasn't very fast. So porn was still a lot of movies or HBO, Showtime, or magazines. This was like the early 2000s, so I guess I could have had high-speed internet porn, but we just didn't have good internet until like 2004 even, or whatever. But anyway, early 2000s, I was like 13. I was actually at a basketball camp with some friends, and we were all just hanging out, like 7 of us in a room or something. It was one of those ones where you stay overnight in a dorm in college. It was a college basketball camp. I go to Michigan State, so I guess you could figure out that it was Michigan State basketball camp by me just telling you that. And we were like watching one of the American Pie movies. I think it was the second one. And women get naked in that and stuff. And then somebody brought up the idea of like masturbation. I don't even know if we called it that. We didn't even really know what it was. I feel like people know how to masturbate when they're like 6 now because of the internet, but we were like 13 or something. I felt like we all really weren't sure what that was, except for a few people who introduced the idea. So we all like covered ourselves in blankets, and I think some of us were actually masturbating to the movie. Or like it was like an instructional, it was kind of fun. It was like a masturbation class, like here's how you do this, it's going to feel like there's a volcano erupting inside of your penis, and then it's just, you got to clean that up. And I don't even think I had an erection, probably because I was in a room with 7 guys, but the first time I actually masturbated I was watching that 70s show, and I was just, I had the remote in one hand and the flesh remote in the other. And yeah, it happened. It was awesome. And I finally figured it out. It was like the biggest awesome discovery of my life. So that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed Awkward Situations. Have a great day.
So where the shows at? Probably where the shows at. Yeah, I had a couple BR, odds on GR, but ain't nothing like an EL girl. I've been out of town messing with a girl up in Mount Pleasant, but ain't nothing